Hey, what's up, my YouTube family? I'm coming to you again with another story of a 3-year-old girl. Somehow the story just went under the radar, okay? It didn't get as much national attention as the previous story with Mariah Woods, but this story is in Texas of a 3-year-old girl who had been reported missing, okay? According to the authorities, the little girl's name is Sherin Matthews. According to the authorities, Sherin was basically adopted by a couple um, from India. And so they've been living in Texas. Apparently, they said that the little girl has some delayed developmental issues. I guess the parents reported her missing. They said about 15 hours after they noticed that she was gone. Okay, and according to the dad, when the authorities questioned him, he noted that about 3 a.m. in the morning, I guess Sherin refused to drink her milk, and so as a form of punishment, he allowed her to go outside in the morning, 3 a.m., to go stand up near a tree to punish her, right? He said when he went back outside, he noticed that she was gone, and um, they tried searching for her and for 15 hours, and then decided to call the cops after. Now, apparently, her body was found probably about a few days after, right? And at that time, it says her body was found on October 24th, more than 2 weeks after her father reported her missing. They said that when they went back to talk to the dad about it, they said Wesley, which is her dad, Wesley Matthews, originally told police that the girl had disappeared after he left her in an outside alley to punish her for not drinking her milk. Then later he told police that Sherin choked to death after he physically assisted her in drinking her milk, and that he had been the one to ditch her body in covert. So now here we see the dad's story is basically changing, all right, from what he originally told the police. Then he said, the authorities said that he faces a charge of injury to a child with serious bodily injury in Sherin's death. His wife is accused of abandoning or endangering a child. Officials have said the couple went out to dinner with Sherin's sister, which is their biological child, and left Sherin home alone the day before she was reported missing. So here it is. They have a biological child of their own, but then they adopted this child, and maybe it's because it's not their biological child, they mistreated the little girl. Okay, how is it that you can go out to dinner and leave a 3-year-old by themselves in a home? Not only that, too, the little girl's doctor reported to CPS in March that she suspect that Sherin was being abused. Right? It says a Dallas doctor who examined Sherin Matthews in March and found she had several bone fractures called Child Protective Services to report concerns that the 3-year-old had been hurt at the hands of her parents. According to the doctor, she says, I tried actually very hard to find another good explanation, and I didn't have one, said Susan Dackhill of the Referral and Evaluation of At-Risk Children Clinic. So here you see basically Child Protective Services drop the baton, because if you have a doctor that's calling you to report a child being abused and you do absolutely nothing about it, now that's an issue. Okay, and so it bothers me because Child Protective Services are very quick to take a child out of their home and give to another and bring to another home. Okay, but to me it seems as if they don't do their due diligence to follow up to make sure that the child is actually safe. To me, you can take a child out of one home and put them somewhere else and they're still getting abused. Where does your due diligence come into play when it comes to following and making sure that child is okay? If someone calls and make a report, especially a credible source like a doctor, you would think that this is something that they would jump on immediately and try to investigate immediately. But no, they didn't do that. And so now here it is, months after they've eventually killed the little girl. So can you imagine the years or months of torture that this 3-year-old has been going through? Okay? And then because she doesn't want to drink her milk, you're going to physically force her. So basically, he's the one that choked her to death. And then you're going to change your story saying how, you left her outside at 3 o'clock in the morning. You don't see her anymore. But then admitting that you physically assisted her in drinking her milk and she choked to death. If you see that she was choking, why didn't you try to call 911 or try to do CPR? And so to me, it's like, I don't know, you guys, but as a mom, it bothers me so much. I'm troubled by these stories because these innocent kids are being killed. These innocent kids are being killed by the hands of adults, the parents, the ones who are supposed to be the ones to protect them. They're not protecting these kids. They're physically abusing these children because they're not their own. I don't know what to say, but only thing I can do is just pray for these little ones. Pray for them. Pray for them. Pray for them. Especially when they don't have parents who are going to advocate for them. If they're in the foster care system, you just have to pray for them that the homes that they're placed in is actually safe. You have to literally pray for these kids because, again, here you see a situation with Mariah Woods. It was her mom and her mom's boyfriend, the ones who she probably looked up to protect and to love her. Those are the ones who took her life. So all the way around, no matter how you look at it, it's kind of hard to get away from it. So the only thing I can do is just pray for these young ones. Pray for them for protection, okay, and safekeeping. But again, thank you so much again, my YouTube family, for listening, tuning in. Please feel free to leave your comment, rate and subscribe. Let me know what you think about this issue and what you think can be done differently in the community to protect these children. Thank you. See you in the next video.